Hello and welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Emerson.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are back, the show right before Thanksgiving. But I want to know, what did you do over the weekend?
This weekend I actually went to Chicago and I went to the Chris Kindle Market. It's this really cute market. It's very Christmassy and cute. And I ate a really good sandwich there. Have you seen, it's kind of going viral on like Instagram and TikTok. It's like where they melt the cheese block first and then they like scrape it onto the sandwich. I don't know, but
yeah.
it was so good. And yeah, that's what I did.
That's fun.
Oh, sorry.
No,
you go.
I haven't been to Chicago in a really long time. I would love to go back. Chicago and New York are places I would just like, I would really like to go.
Yes, no, I love the city. It's a great city. Do you have any plans for break?
Not really. I'll be going back and I'll see my family. We're actually going to drive, I think it's in Kansas, somewhere in Kansas. It's like 3 hours to see some of my family, so we'll drive there and back all on Thanksgiving Day, so a lot of driving. But tomorrow we'll put up our Christmas decorations / Christmas lights outside the front of our house, which is always like a super big deal, at least for me. I don't know if my parents love doing it, but I love doing it, and I'm just like really, really excited kind of to get in that like festive spirit, I guess. But do you have any plans over break?
Nothing too exciting. I'm also hanging out with family and probably decorating actually for Christmas too, so yeah.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Do you have any you're like?
Oh, I love stuffing. I literally I ride for stuffing. Like I know people, it's like, I don't think it's that, I don't know, I think it's kind of 50-50, but I love it. What about you?
I really like, we have like a cheesy potato casserole. It has like cornflakes. It has like little cornflakes.
Okay,
I don't know, it's really good.
No, I'd eat it. For sure. Yeah.
But we have some Thanksgiving facts we're gonna read as well, just to get some more knowledge on Thanksgiving. So our first fact, the Mayflower Pilgrims founded the Plymouth colony in Massachusetts in 1621 and celebrated the first Thanksgiving with a 3-day meal with the Wampanoag tribe. That is crazy. Imagine a meal for 3 days long.
I'd like a 3-day meal.
You would never, I would never leave.
All right, we have another one. There are 4 U.S. towns named Turkey, Texas, Arizona, Louisiana, and North Carolina.
That's crazy. Imagine living in Turkey, Texas.
Yeah, Turkey.
Or Turkey, Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay.
That is super interesting. I feel like I would always say, "Oh, I live in Turkey."
Yeah.
Where do you live? Another fact, an estimated 46 million turkeys are prepared each year. Now, do you prefer turkey or do you prefer ham?
I like turkey.
Really?
I do, yeah.
I do think I'm more of a ham person,
really?
But I feel like no Thanksgiving meal, every Thanksgiving meal has to have turkey.
Yeah,
it completes it.
I feel like ham is better for Christmas time, and I still prefer turkey, but it depends on the holiday for sure.
Yeah.
All right, the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions played the most games on Thanksgiving Day. The Lions have played almost every Thanksgiving since 1934, and the Cowboys since 1966.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah. I feel like I would want Thanksgiving to do nothing. I just want it off.
My dad loves the Lions because he's from Detroit.
Really?
So yeah, he loves that. I don't know anything about sports though. No further comments.
Well, our next fact, while the Macy's parade is surely the most popular these days, the oldest goes to a department store parade in Philadelphia in 1920. The Philadelphia Gmku Brothers department store put on a parade that included only 50 people and 15 cars, and ended with Santa on his sleigh to mark the coming Christmas season. That is really cool. I have not been to a Thanksgiving parade.
I haven't either.
I think they have one in Kansas, or kind of maybe in Johnson County where I grew up, but I haven't been to it in forever.
Really?
And
I would love to go to the Macy's one.
Oh,
it's so iconic.
In New York.
I would love to. Balloons are extremely important in the Macy's parade these days. However, the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade did not feature balloons. Instead, animals from the Central Park Zoo were included.
That's crazy. Do you think they dress them up at all?
I don't know.
That is definitely interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
You'd probably have a really tight leash
on
those animals if they're from the zoo. Especially really big ones, like a lion or something. Okay, the average time it takes a host to prepare the feast is 9.6 hours.
Wow.
That's crazy. Are you
Yeah.
involved at all in the preparation?
Not really. My mom, like, I'll be like, oh, Mom, can I help? And she'll be like, no. Like, she likes to do things on her own. Like, she likes it her way. So I'm like,
I am not very
go,
good
girl.
at cooking, so I have
me as
no
well.
part.
The first turkey trot hosted only six participants. The race was 5 miles long and was held in Buffalo, New York.
Imagine just being one of those 6 people.
Wow.
You're just like, I feel like I would be.
My family, made us do a turkey trot once, never again.
Really?
I don't run, no.
I don't either. So
I was like, no.
Female turkeys cackle, only male turkeys gobble, so they are named gobblers. That's crazy. I've literally never heard that phrase before.
yeah.
Like a gobbler.
So does that mean female turkeys are cacklers, or?
Yeah, that is definitely very strange, for sure.
That's strange. Americans eat an estimated 50 million pumpkin pies each year. Pumpkin comes second to apple as the favorite pie.
Do you prefer pumpkin?
Apple.
You prefer apple, really? You know what? I honestly think I do too.
Yeah.
I feel like if you get little like ice cream, it's like warm.
No,
It
yeah.
is-
I like, and pumpkin pie, there's like a texture thing there too.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I don't like the crust of pumpkin pies. I don't know why. It's like I don't have a problem with apple pie, but I don't know. It's like really soft. It's just like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, that's all of those facts. Those are really interesting.
Yeah.
Very
Loved it.
inspiring. We got to learn a lot
Inspiring,
about Thanksgiving.
for sure, yes.
Well, we are going to go to a break, and we will be right back with the news.
Welcome back, I'm Ashlyn.
And I'm Kira. Here is your Good Morning KU news update. President Joe Biden started his farewell to his last holiday season in office by issuing the traditional turkey pardon. Turkeys Peach and Blossom will live on a Minnesota farm and survive yet another year away from the dinner table. Marking the official start of the holiday season, 2,500 individuals gathered on South Lawn to celebrate as President Joe Biden joked about the bird's fate and gave gratitude for his time in office.
President-elect Donald Trump pledged tariffs on Monday, targeting the United States' largest trading partners, Canada, Mexico, and China. Trump detailed plans to impose a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico, citing the need to combat drug trafficking, particularly fentanyl, and illegal immigration. He also announced an additional 10% tariff on imports from China, emphasizing his America First economic agenda. The proposed tariffs could upend trade relationships under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. Experts warn the tariffs may violate the pact's terms, which maintain largely duty-free trade between the three countries.
Eric and Lyle Menendez's court hearing has been pushed back to January due to technical difficulties for the murder of their parents 35 years ago. The brothers are making their new bid for freedom for the first time in decades. Filing for habeas corpus, their lawyer is asking the judge to consider evidence of their father sexually abusing Eric and Lyle. The hearing lasted for less than an hour, and the next sentencing is set for January 30th.
Wicked and Gladiator 2 combined for an impressive $270.2 million in global ticket sales over the weekend, giving cinemas a strong start to what could be a record-setting holiday season. Universal's Wicked opened as the biggest debut ever for a Broadway musical adaptation, earning a worldwide total of $164.2 million. The film, starring Ariana Grande and Zithia Revio, tells the backstory of the Wicked Witch of the West and has been praised for its fairy tale charm and universal themes. Paramount's Gladiator 2, the long-awaited sequel to the Oscar-winning original, brought in $106 million globally.
Disney agreed to a $43.4 million court settlement over allegations of financial compensation inequality. 9 female plaintiffs argued that Disney has been drastically underpaying women compared to men by $151 million. This violates several Californian workplace sex discrimination laws. The legal issue started in 2019 and settlement was filed this past week. Disney has disputed all allegations, claiming they are committed to paying their employees fairly. That's all we have for news, and we'll now send it over to Emerson and Oliver with sports.
The Kansas volleyball team was able to secure a win in the Sunflower Showdown in Manhattan Sunday afternoon. The Jayhawks would win in 4 sets behind a balanced attack from everyone who played. Setter Cameron Turner would tie her career high for assists in a game with 59 to set up Kansas's high percentage attack. Tomorrow night at 6:30, the Jayhawks will host the 17-9 BYU Cougars at home for senior night as the last home game of their season.
The Jayhawks defeated the Colorado Buffaloes 37-21 Saturday afternoon at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Senior running back Devin Neal tore the Buffaloes' defense apart by running for 207 yards and 3 touchdowns. With the win, KU has defeated 3 straight ranked opponents and given themselves a chance to become bowl eligible for the 3rd straight year, with a win on Saturday on the road against Baylor.
Despite guards Samaya Nichols and Elle Evans each having their 2nd straight game of scoring over 20 points, the Jayhawks would fall to the Iowa Hawkeyes 71-58 on a neutral court. However, Kansas would make big splashes during signing week, having the 6th ranked recruiting class behind the signings of 5-star recruits Jelaya Davis and Keely Parks. The current team is headed to the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. The opener of that tournament will be against Pitt Thanksgiving morning at 11:30.
The Chiefs survived a scare against the struggling Carolina Panthers Sunday afternoon, winning 30-27 thanks to a game-winning field goal by Kansas City kicker Spencer Schrader. The team is now 10-1 and now 8-0 in one-possession games. Kansas City will face the Las Vegas Raiders on Friday at Arrowhead Stadium. After having a week of rest after beating UNC Wilmington, Kansas will face off against fellow Blue Blood Duke tonight in Las Vegas. And I actually want to talk about this game more.
Yeah.
There are some underlying issues here for KU. We're scoring the ball well, but we do have some struggles with the 3-point line. Over the past 3 games, we have shot 31% from 3. All time, Duke leads the season, or leads the series 8-6. But interesting stat here: Bill Self is 4-1 against Duke. The only loss coming against Duke was in the Champions Classic in 2019. There are 3 players I want to talk about on KU's side. First up, we got Hunter Dickinson against Michigan State. He had 28 points, and Jayhawks really needed that as they struggled elsewhere throughout the game.
Yes, and a very strong member of the team.
Oh, 100%. Also, DeJuan Harris, he's the big. He passes the ball very well, averaging about 5 assists per game this year, 6 assists against UNC Wilmington. And also Zeke Mayo. He's been quiet since the UNC game, but he's still fills up the stat sheet. Even when he's not scoring, he only had 10 points against UNC Wilmington, but he was still able to get his amount of assists and rebounds and really help the team prevail.
Yes.
So let's talk about the keys to the game here. Emerson, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so how can Kansas limit the freshman phenom Cooper Flack? So he is a projected #1 pick in the upcoming NBA draft. He is coming off a 24-point performance against Arizona on Friday night. If Cooper has a similar game with the Blue Devils against KU, they might give KU their first loss of the season.
They really might. And one of mine is when Kansas gets to the free throw line, they got to make them. They're only shooting 61% from the free throw line this year, and that's kind of been one of the worrisome spots for the team. If they get fouled, they have to make their free throws because Duke has a very potent offense, and they gotta convert.
Yes, and as you discussed earlier, can the Jayhawks hit the 3 consistently? Over the past 3 games, the Jayhawks have only hit 31% of their three-point attempts, including only shooting 24% against UNCW at Allen Fieldhouse last Tuesday. So if the Jayhawks can consistently hit three-point shots during the game, it will put pressure on the Blue Devils to answer on offense and give Dickinson more scoring opportunities close to the rim.
And finally, we'll experience win the Jayhawks the game. There's no denying that Duke is really young. Cooper Flagg, as we've talked about, he's the phenom of college basketball. He's going to be the number 1 overall pick. But when the Blue Devils played Arizona, and especially during Kentucky, they looked really young, and it kind of showed in their performances. So with KU being kind of the older team, will they be able to capitalize on that and end up winning the game?
I don't know. We will see tonight from Las Vegas where they are playing, but that is all we have for right now. We will see you all next week at 10 a.m.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay.